Well, today I am working on this is going to be a graduation hat topper for some customers up in Michigan, actually. This is the first one I've done, and this is all laser work. It's not tooled. Uh, laser cut, laser burn, laser cut. Um, I dyed it I used the airbrush to dye it because I think for this project for sure it's a lot better instead of having all the heavy dye in there. But goodness gracious, she wanted the name and everything. What do I got there? Okay. Man, I shook this up a lot. Keep shaking. I don't do a lot of painting. So my paint sits for a long time before I use it. Maybe I should just shake it every now and then. Just pull it out and shake it. I've had this paint for, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 years. Still good. It's Angela's paint, acrylic paint for leather. And unfortunately, I bought a good bit of it when I got into doing leather work. But I can tell you, I won't buy any more because, well, I had some issues with Angela's. I wanted to carry their products in my store, and even though I'm about 200 miles from the nearest retailer, they wouldn't allow me to buy from them. And they wouldn't allow me to buy from them wholesale, so I could sell their products retail in my little shop here in Mineola, Texas. No, it wasn't 200 miles. I'm gonna lie. It was, yeah, the place they gave me was down around, I can't remember, Houston or San Antonio or somewhere. 180, 200 miles, something like that. And I honestly didn't realize Fibeings carried acrylic paints because I never looked. But we were at the leather show in Waco, and I saw them and talked to them, and the guy gave me the information to contact them. So I sent them an email, and right away I got a response, and they said, yeah, we'd be glad to sell you our products at wholesale. And the minimum was very small. So when I'm done with this, I'll be moving to Fibeings and There's not really many places around here that carry leather care products. So my goal was to carry products that there's a lot of ranches and things like that around here. Which probably in Texas and even most other states they have. Ranches. We have Tractor Supply. I go down there sometimes to buy stuff, and they don't ever have what I need. They carry it, but they don't ever have it. And I bought some, well, finally caught some. I usually order them online, but the copper rivets I'd run out and was needing some. And I went down there and they happened to have a package, which I needed more, but it was enough really to get me by. The guy told me, well, we only sell 2 of these a year. So I don't know who bought the other one, or maybe it was just misplaced somewhere in the store if somebody didn't buy it. Because that happens too, you know, things get picked up and set down or moved around by customers. And they don't, for whatever reason, sell a lot of products. What they do sell is very expensive compared to other places. So I thought maybe I could carry some stuff here and make a little money off of it. But mainly to have it available. And it would fit my needs as well. And I would be able to provide a better cost to my customers. But Angelus, I think they're a great company. I had some issues with the order I made one time and they fixed it right away. But even though debated the fact with them that there was no other place within almost 200 miles of me that sells wholesale, wouldn't be stepping on anybody's toes. We went back and forth for over a week, but it didn't work out. So again, not knocking their product. It's a great product, but I would like to buy wholesale so I can resell at a decent price to my customers. Anyway, enough of that. So yeah, I'm trying to get this finished up, and this is part of Sweetgrass Farms. There's, you can probably see this a little better. There's one of their patches that's going to go on some hats. And I thought it was pretty cool that someone in Michigan, which is a long ways from Minneola, Texas, reached out to me about doing business. And I have a few other customers that I have gained business from in other places, but Michigan being way further than any of those. And they're in the farm and ranch industry as well. And I think it sounded like maybe one of them, they didn't tell me specifically, but it came out of a Facebook group that they're in with some other farmers and ranchers, which I thought was pretty cool. So somebody passed us along, and when I found out who it was, they will definitely get some sort of recognition for it. But what I really want to talk about was the paint. Now you can buy regular acrylic paint at like Walmart or wherever, but it's not the same, and I don't know what's different about it, as the leather paint. This leather paint seems to do really well on the leather, where the other paint doesn't. Because I've tried it, my wife's tried it, and it didn't work out just great. It just doesn't stay on as well. So, painting leather, and you want it to be a good quality, then I would suggest buying paint that's made for leather. This, how I'm doing this is just tiny strokes, very light, because if you don't, you will definitely get out of your lineage. So This is pretty small too. So when you do it, you just have to take your time. Kind of clear your head. So you don't mess it up. Because believe me, this is one of the last steps of a project. And this is all done by laser, so it's not as big of a deal. But when you've tooled out a belt or holster or whatever, and you're in this stage and you mess it up, then you've really done something for yourself, and it's very frustrating. Again, I've been there, I've done it, and it sucks. So I like to pray before I like to pray before I do these kind of things, that God will give me a clear head and steady hand and just a good thought process, because it sure helps. Kind of like golfing, if you've ever done any golfing. It can be relaxing and fun, or it can be stressful. And when you get stressed out on something like this, it makes it way harder than being relaxed and enjoying it. So when I paint, I don't get in a hurry. I've been in a hurry before, and that didn't work out either. Because again, this paint doesn't like to come off. Depending on the project, you can sometimes fix it. But most of the time, you can't. I have a thinner for it, and depending on what I'm doing, if I'm doing something bigger, I'll thin the paint down. But on small things like this, I am making very small moves, and very light brush strokes. And I'll have to go back and put a second coat on this. So the first time is usually just to kind of get it on there and let it start setting in the leather. you go back, you can clean up, or what I call clean up, your painting. But when you tool, or if this is laser engraved, I want to try to make sure it was deep enough, had an outline around the letters good enough that I can lay the brush down and it won't hopefully get on the rest of the project. And this one's a little bit easier because it's not real big and I can move it around to fit me, because that's how I like to do it. I like to make it fit me, not me fit it. So I'm more comfortable that way. So this is a little bit easier in doing that. By the way, congratulations, Miss Isabella Joe, on your graduation coming up. I've messaged back and forth with them through Facebook Messenger, because that's how they contacted me, and they've been real easy to work with and seem like probably really good people. So anyway, not gonna make this a long video, but there it is. She didn't ask for the flowers to be painted, but I think I may reach out to her and see if I can put a little color on those, because I think it would look a little cooler. But anyway, that's that. And good luck to y'all, and hope everybody has a good week.